Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today? We are in the kitchen a little bit, not to make anything dramatic, but Robert wanted me to make him some pumpkin French toast. Some pumpkin spice French toast is what he called it. But anyway, we've got a recipe here, and it's just a small recipe. If you need more than this, you may need to double it or triple it, or just depends on how many people you're wanting to feed. But I thought I'd make a small one. And the bread we're going to use is raisin bread. You don't have to use raisin bread. You can use plain white bread or whatever you like. But we just got the raisin bread. That's the kind he likes with it. So that's what we're going to do. Everything that you're going to need 2 eggs. You're going to need 1/3 cup of pumpkin puree. Not pie filling. It's just pumpkin. And you're going to need a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. This stuff right here, it's already got all the different spices together in it. And you need vanilla. You need a 1/2 cup of milk. Now I've got a 1/4 cup of half and half and a 1/4 cup of 2% milk together. But you don't have to do that. You can use a 1/2 cup of 2% whole milk or evaporated milk if you want to, or you can use the half and half like we do. You need 2 tablespoons of brown sugar and 2 eggs. I think that's it. See, butter. The butter is for the skillet when you cook the toast. Eggs, milk, vanilla, pumpkin, brown sugar, puree. Yep, that's it. This is really easy. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to crack 2 eggs. And Robert said I should give you all a little update about my last doctor visit last Thursday. And Dr. Colassa thought everything was looking good. Where my breast has been infected, we've been packing it twice a day. And she said it was actually healing better than she thought it would. So she said just keep doing what you're doing, and it's just going to take a little time. And so there we are. That's where we're at. We're just doing the best we can with it and doing what she tells us to do. And there's very little redness around it now, so it's looking a lot better. Okay, now, let's see, let me put my milk and my half and half in. Put my pumpkin pie spice. I'll post the recipe for this if you all like it. You just need about a teaspoon of vanilla. And let's see. I'm going to take a little bit out of this because I think there's a little bit more than 2 tablespoons in that. So now, let's see, there's my bread. So I'm going to use my little hand mixer thing to, if I can figure out where there it is. Sometimes this makes a little mixes it up a lot better now. Okay.
Well, you can smell it now, can't you?
Yeah, you can smell that pumpkin pie spice in it. Okay, now we're going to take 2 slices of our bread, and we're going to put down in here. And we're going to go over here to the stove and go ahead. We've got a tablespoon of butter here in the skillet. And while that's melting there, I'm going to coat this good and let it get saturated a little bit. I let my bread sit out for a little bit this morning to dry out just a little bit, so when I put it on this mixture here, that it will soak it in a little better.
Can't rush this part, right?
No, you can't really. You don't want to rush it. There's no need to rush it.
Because the bread won't soak it in.
And we're just going to get once this butter melts though and your skillet is hot, turn it down because you don't want it to burn. You want your skillet good and hot when you put it in, but you got to turn it down once it's hot. You ladies that cook, you know what I'm talking about.
And you men that don't cook, like me, you better pay attention or you'll burn it.
Yeah, you can't leave it on high because you're gonna burn your stuff up. It's not gonna be cooked on the inside. You're just gonna burn it, and it's not gonna be fit to eat. So once this starts, that butter melts and that gets a little hot, then I'm gonna turn it down a minute.
Can we pause it?
Yeah, you can for just a second. Okay, I've done turned it down. See mine, you can see the butter, how it's kind of bubbling. You know it's hot. So now I'm going to kind of shake this excess off. And I'm going to lay that down in it. And you're going to cook it about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. Let me get the pumpkin off my fingers. Okay, now I'm going to turn my stove back up just a little bit. Because I cranked it down pretty low because I didn't want it to get burnt.
So tell us who you saw yesterday, Kathy.
Yesterday my daughter had a bridal shower for my granddaughter who's getting married October 15th, Mila. And I got to see Mila yesterday, and I got to see Grace Anna. And Grace and I sung a couple songs together. She said, "Nanny, you remember this?" And it was some gospel songs that I had taught Grace whenever I used to keep her when she was from the first time she was born till she was about 2 years old. Her other grandmother and I took care of her while Angie worked, because you couldn't leave Grace with just anybody. You had to be really careful with her, and couldn't come around sick. You couldn't do anything the first 2 years.
And for those who don't know who Grace Anna is, put on Facebook Grace Anna
Grace Anna Sings.
Grace Anna Sings in the search field. You'll figure little firecracker.
Okay, let me get a plate over here to put this on. And you can sprinkle powdered sugar on this, or cinnamon powdered sugar, or you can put syrup on it, just whichever way you like it. Robert's going to put syrup on his today, he says.
Real maple syrup from the Amish.
Okay.
Too bad my sister ain't here. I called her up yesterday and said, "What do you think about pumpkin spice French toast?"
Debbie likes pumpkin stuff.
If she was here, she could eat it.
But if you like raisins, and it's a little added extra to use the raisin bread to do this.
But I bet our neighbors would like some today. Ted, Mary Alice, take some
Okay, I'm
today.
going to flip this over.
So how long did you cook that on one side now?
About 2 minutes, 2.5. I'll probably cook it just a little bit on that side again. But it doesn't take very long for that egg to cook in it, because that's basically what you're doing, is cooking the egg. And
Man, it smells good in here, Kathy.
Nothing smells better than pumpkin spice. I mean, that spice smells really good. But you can't be heavy-handed with it. Nutmeg is a really strong spice, and cloves is really strong. So you can't use a lot of these with your cinnamon. Some people just like to put cinnamon in it. If that's what you like to do, put cinnamon. You don't have to put the pumpkin pie spice. If you just like cinnamon, then use your cinnamon. Robert is going to eat all 4 pieces of this.
That's a rare bird. When's the last time I ate French toast, Kathy?
He doesn't usually eat sweets much at all. Robert doesn't.
Well, you maybe French toast, what, 6 years ago? I don't know.
Whenever the last time was you wanted.
We lived in Case County then, I bet.
This is, this smells really good.
You going to try some?
I might try a bite of it.
Did you hear that, people?
I haven't eaten hardly anything with sugar in it or starches or anything, because when you take this antibiotic, you get thrush if you're not careful. I've been taking really strong probiotics and brushing my teeth. If I even take a drink of anything, I go brush my teeth, because I don't want that stuff. I've had it so bad that one time it took me about 5 months to get it well. So you don't want to do that. I learned a secret this time. Brush, 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 keep your teeth clean, and take Strong probiotics.
Kathy, what's that old saying they say about Kentucky people? Barefoot, ain't got no teeth. We brush our teeth, don't we?
Yeah.
All these people in England and Canada. You got people from Australia. We do brush our teeth. We wear shoes. We don't shoot each other all the time with shotguns.
Yeah, that's kind of a...
We do have a lot of good thoroughbred horses, though. That's true.
Well, country people are not what culture... I'm telling you what, some of the toughest people you'll ever know are country people, hillbilly people. They may not be all sophisticated as the world calls it sophisticated, which I don't want to be. I like being country. I like being plain and simple. I don't think I'm better than anybody else, and I don't think anybody else is better than me. Just because, and I don't know where people think our English language came from. Who decided what was proper language and what wasn't? As long as you get your message across, that's all that matters. My grandpa went to the 3rd grade, and he was smart as a tack. He made a living his whole life, you know. He's never took a handout from the government. He wouldn't take one. So, you know, some people have a little bit of pride about them, that they want to make their own way. They may not be rich compared to what the world calls them, but you don't have to be. Now, I'm going to get a little bit of that butter out of there because it gets too brown. So I'll take my paper towel and try to get part of that out. If you all don't know how to do this, you need to kind of... This is a good way to get excess grease out of things, or just to use a paper towel in your spatula or a wooden spoon. Works good too. See, now my skillet's pretty clean again. Now I'll put my other tablespoon of butter in there. Let it melt. To get my other 2 pieces of bread over here.
Can we pause it or we keep going?
Well, I think they pretty much got the gist of what we're doing. You all just remember it makes 4 pieces of toast. If you want more than that, if you want 8, then double it. If you want 12, then triple it. You know, 3 times it. Okay. And actually, I think there's probably enough here to do 2 more slices. Let me wash my hands off here. You can let them see the stuff cooking over there if you want to.
And I'm going to put maple syrup on it.
My dish towel fell down. Get it up.
And she'll throw that in the laundry, people, because she's got a drawer full of those towels.
Yep, I have a whole drawer full. I use them. If they think they're the least bit dirty, I throw them in my pile and get me some more.
She bleaches them good.
Yeah. Well, this will be done in just a minute, and when it is, Robert will eat his, and he can let you all know what it tastes like. So we're going to pause you right now so you don't have to watch this cook. Okay, we have got actually this made 6 slices of the raisin toast, or the raisin bread. You can see how it looks there. And we're going to put some little bit of powdered sugar over it. Not a lot, because Robert's going to put some.
Make it look like snow, Kathy. Here comes a blizzard. There you go. That's pretty.
And you can eat it just like this, or you can add syrup to it. You know, whichever one you want to do. And now I'm going to put some syrup on Robert's. And this is pure maple syrup. I buy this at the Amish, but this is made in, well, can't tell.
Bet you it's New York.
Could be.
Pennsylvania.
Anyway, it's really good. I mean, see, now I'm not going to put a lot. Just kind of drizzle it around. I think that'll probably be enough for Robert right there. But
Now she's going to take a bite, and I'll turn around and bite.
but he's going to pause it just a second so I can get a picture of it before he eats it. So when I put the recipe on the page, you'll know what it is.
All right, I'm pausing it.
Okay, Robert is going to taste test the French toast here and see what he thinks about it.
Pumpkin spice French toast.
It's pumpkin spice French toast.
Smells good, people. I don't have a sweet tooth like Kathy does, but it's not overwhelmingly sweet, but you can really taste the spice of that pumpkin spice you put in there. And it's moist and it's good and tasty. So, Kathy, put it where you're both on.
Well, I'm not going to taste it right now because I don't want to brush my teeth right now.
Anyway, it's good,
This
y'all.
is Robert's plate full, so.
Yep. I'll save her a bite. I won't eat it all.
But we are going to get off of here and let you all go and try you some pumpkin spice French toast.
Hold on, I ain't done this in a while. Hi, Mom. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Aunt Sharon. Who else always talks to me on there? There's somebody else I'm missing on it. Now they're going to get mad at me.
Well, you used to talk to Tim's mom, but she's not.
Yeah.
She's not here anymore.
She passed away.
She passed away. Yeah.
Well, howdy, Tim, because he watches this too, I think. And guys, if you want to cook something for your kids or your wife or significant other or whatever, easy cheesy. This is Bobby. The only thing I can fix and not screw up.
Talk to you all later, guys. Bye.